In August 2023, the Thai royal family experienced a sudden and dramatic upheaval. The son who had been exiled by the king 30 years ago made an unexpected return. This shocking return of the prince stunned not only the entire Thai nation but also royal enthusiasts worldwide. Undoubtedly, this middle-aged prince, who had spent years wandering overseas, would bring unforeseen turbulence to the Thai monarchy. What changes would occur in the line of succession? What were the king's true intentions? What would be the ultimate fate of the Thai royal family? With the return of the exiled prince, everything became even more uncertain. In 2023, a video on social media took all of Thailand by storm. At first glance, the footage seemed ordinary, just a scene of people arriving at Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi airport. However, what left everyone in shock was the identity of one particular passenger. In the video, a large group of travelers pushing their suitcases walked through the arrival hall, clearly just returning home. Soon, the camera zoomed in on a middle-aged man in a grey suit, slightly overweight. He held a small bag in his hand and greeted the person filming with a warm, cheerful smile. He stepped past the crowd and approached the person filming, exchanging a few words at a closer distance. His face was now fully visible on camera. This was the moment that truly shocked everyone. He was none other than Vajrasaurn, the second son of the reigning Thai king. What made his appearance even more astonishing was not just his identity, but also his extraordinary background. Although he was the king's son, he had been exiled overseas 30 years ago and was once decreed never to return to Thailand. His mother was Haida, a former actress and the king's second wife. At the time, the current king was still the crown prince and was married to Somsawali, the daughter of a noble family and a niece from his mother Queen Sirikit's side, essentially his cousin. However, the notoriously unfaithful and womanizing crown prince never had affection for his cousin wife. While she was pregnant, he had an affair with actress Haida and later openly moved in with her. Together, they had 5 children, 4 sons and 1 daughter. Vajrasaurn was the second of these 5 children, born in 1981. Now 43 years old, Vajrasaurn has gained little to no benefit from his status as a prince. On the contrary, he, his 3 brothers, and their mother suffered greatly because of it. After exhausting every possible tactic to divorce his cousin wife Somsawali successfully, the king did, in fact, officially elevate Haida to the status of consort. However, not long after becoming the crown princess, Haida was accused of adultery by the king, stripped of all her titles, and exiled from the country. It wasn't just Haida who was cast out, her 4 sons were also stripped of their royal status and expelled. At the time, Vajrasaurn was only 14 years old. He and his brothers had been studying in the UK when, all of a sudden, they received the order that neither they nor their mother would be allowed to return to Thailand, ever. Only their younger sister, Princess Sirivannavari, was brought back to Thailand by the king. The remaining 5, mother and sons, were not only stripped of their royal titles but also had their diplomatic passports revoked, leaving them with no choice but to live abroad. They first stayed in the UK, where they had been studying, before Haida later moved with the children to settle in the United States. As a result, Vajrasaurn was raised mostly overseas. He later became a lawyer in the US. The king completely ignored them and provided no financial support. Even when Vajrasaurn's younger brother was diagnosed with a rare and life-threatening illness a few years ago, the king didn't show the slightest concern. That brother has also made every effort to distance himself from the king. His social media bio reads, "I haven't taken a single cent from Thai taxpayers. Don't judge me by my bloodline." This clearly shows that Vajrasaurn's family has completely severed ties with the king. They are beyond reconciliation. But who could have imagined that after decades of exile, Vajrasaurn would suddenly appear at Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi airport? This was his first time setting foot on Thai soil since 1996. How could the Thai people not be utterly shocked? It didn't take long for the video to go viral across Thai social media, leaving netizens in disbelief. One commenter remarked, "This is an unprecedented battle. Everyone has been keeping a close eye on the exiled prince's activities since his return, and so far, he has been quite active. First, he toured several tourist spots like the Emerald Buddha Temple, Wat Arun, and the Erawan Shrine. He ate noodles at small shops and rode in tuk-tuks by the roadside. Though his actions appeared humble and low-key, the way he was surrounded by fans suggests that this low-key approach might be a way of boosting his public image. In the following days, he also visited a children's foundation, sitting happily with the children from the Hope House. His outfit was simple, a dark t-shirt and jeans, hugging the staff members without any sense of arrogance. However, a circle of cameras surrounded him, making it hard to deny that he was likely playing up his down-to-earth image. At first glance, even though the official royal family hasn't made any statements, his sudden return to Thailand and the support he's received from royalist fans and the pro-monarchy public shows that his approval has already reached a significant level. But there are still many questions. After nearly 30 years, why did he come back? Who allowed him to return? What is his relationship with the Thai royal family now, and what kind of impact will his return have? After the initial shock, these questions have occupied everyone's mind. Later, some netizens discovered a post from a journalist on July 29th. The post had predicted the shocking return of the prince a week in advance, immediately boosting the credibility of its contents to almost 100%. According to the journalist, this action was carried out by people around the king. It is unclear whether the king himself was aware, but it's not the first time that those close to him have crossed boundaries. It is said that the idea of inviting the king's exiled son back to Thailand initially came from a member of the Privy Council, though it was not approved at first. However, this member had already reached out to the king's son, believing that bringing the prince back could help stabilize the current chaotic situation. The Privy Council is an advisory body appointed by the king, typically made up of former Thai prime ministers and retired generals. It holds significant power and influence, and if the king is absent, the president of the Privy Council can even temporarily act as regent. They maintain close ties with the king and the royalist faction, and they are very attentive to internal royal matters, including succession. So, it wouldn't be impossible for them to take the initiative to invite the exiled prince back to the country, even without the king's direct approval. Furthermore, the journalist pointed out that the king's close aide, former army chief Apirat Kongsampong, was also involved in this matter. On the same day that this post was published, another journalist posted that the royal family had punished Apirat, accusing him of misconduct and failing to show respect to the king. The two posts seemed to align, suggesting that Apirat and the Privy Council member might have indeed invited the prince back. However, the next day, the journalist published another post stating that Apirat had not actually been punished and was still by the king's side. This means that while Apirat's actions may have angered the king didn't truly get upset and still regarded him as a trusted confidant. Does this indicate that the plan to bring the prince back was initiated by the king from the start? At the time, Thailand was in a period of political turmoil, and the king had to manage both the stability of the royal family's rule and the thin line of royal heirs. This was because he had personally exiled 4 of his sons, leaving only his eldest daughter, Budrakitiaba, who could hold the fort, his youngest daughter, Siravannavari, who was focused on fashion, and his youngest son, Dipangkorn, who was suspected of having autism and developmental disorders. In 2022, the eldest daughter suddenly suffered from a heart condition, her life hanging in the balance, while the youngest son, Dipangkorn, was only 18, with his future uncertain. If the king wanted to bring back one of his grown sons to help stabilize the royal presence, it would seem like a reasonable move. However, the Thai royal family has remained silent on the matter of the prince's return, leaving people unable to decipher their stance or intentions. A journalist well-versed in the Thai situation conducted a detailed analysis and stated that the king no longer harbors the same strong resistance to the return of his exiled sons as he did in his earlier years. Given the political situation in Thailand at the time, some Privy Council members believed that it was necessary to find an outsider as the heir, rather than choosing between the current heirs, Siravannavari and Dipangkorn. They quickly investigated the 4 exiled princes and identified a potential candidate. As we now know, This candidate was the second son, Vajrasaurn. So, was his return to Thailand approved by the king, or was it decided by the Privy Council? Both possibilities exist. If the king has become more lenient toward the idea of his son's return, the likelihood of his approval would be quite high. But the Privy Council could also be the deciding party, as it holds significant influence. The Thai royal family has reached a crucial point in the succession process, and the Privy Council plays an important role in searching for the next heir. Vajrasaurn's strong return to Thailand at the invitation of the Privy Council essentially signals that he could indeed influence the succession of the Thai royal family. After all, the royal family is currently fragmented, and there is no one else who can step up to take charge. At the time, the king was focused on consolidating the royal family's rule amid the chaotic situation. Queen Suthida, being of commoner origin, didn't hold much power and was essentially dependent on the king. During that period, they went about their routine in Thailand, occasionally attending events to give the appearance that everything was peaceful. The two of them attended classical music performances together, awarded degrees together, and went to concerts together. On July 28th, which was the king's birthday, the whole family made an appearance, visiting the Emerald Buddha Temple with Princess Sirivanavari. The next day, they weren't idle either, as they hosted a royal ceremony together. By the end of the first week of August, the king and queen had already attended 5 events. Such frequency would have been unimaginable in the past. After all, the king used to be absent from Thailand, spending his time in his happy home in Germany. Speaking of living carefree, royal consort Saninat hasn't appeared at any official Thai royal events for a long time, and the royal family has offered no explanation. She just disappeared. In this palace intrigue, it seems that Queen Suthida has emerged as the ultimate victor. She attends events alone, smiling brightly and radiating with joy. However, before the true conclusion arrives, nothing is certain. It's possible that one day, Saninat could make a dramatic, glorious return to the palace. The king's eldest daughter, Princess Budrakitiaba, suddenly suffered a heart attack and quickly lost consciousness. By the time she was rushed to the hospital, it was already too late, and she could only be kept alive by machines. According to a journalist with inside knowledge, she was brain dead, but the machines were maintaining her bodily functions to keep her alive. However, the official announcement from the Thai royal family stated that the princess's condition was stable and downplayed the severity of the situation as reported. The official announcement may sound reassuring, but since the incident, the princess has shown no signs of improvement. There have been no updates on her health, and she hasn't made any public appearances. To be honest, the fact that they haven't announced her passing yet is just pretending to be clueless while knowing full well what's going on. After such a long time, anyone with a discerning eye can see what's happening. After Princess Budrakitiaba lost her competitiveness for the throne, the once seemingly foolish young prince, Dipankorn, appears to be making a move to increase his chances of successfully ascending the throne. He has also been attending official duties recently. But can the newly adult Dipankorn compete with his second brother, Vajrasaurn, who is in the prime of his life and has years of experience abroad? The situation in the Thai royal family had been at a standstill for so long that many thought Dipankorn might truly ascend to the throne. But then, the prince's return story unfolded, shattering the deadlock into pieces. Perhaps, as netizens have said, the Thai royal family is even more absurd than Game of Thrones. Where this prince's return will lead the situation next, we, the bystanders, will just have to wait and see.